Everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review, and today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And today we're going to take a look at the new Captain America Hypermotions Disc War figure from Bandai, Japan. Now this is an import toy from overseas. It's roughly in about 3 1/4 inch scale. This figure is part of a game called Disc Wars, but you get an action figure along with the game piece. The figure comes packaged in a box, window box type packaging. You've got a picture of the figure down below. The figure's displayed in the packaging, and then up at the top you've got some writing and a picture, kind of a drawing of the Captain America character in anime form. Then on the back you get to see a picture of the figure in action. Shows you the game piece it comes with, along with his shield accessory, and then it shows you some other figures in this line: Iron Man, Spider-Man, Thor, and Hulk. Okay, so let's get this figure open and take a look at what's inside. So here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging. As I said, this figure is in roughly a 3 1/4, 4 inch scale, similar to Hasbro's Marvel Universe line. They're actually a little bit shorter than most Marvel Universe figures, though. The figure stands at just under 4 inches tall. But you can see here he is standing next to the Marvel Universe Baron Zemo, and you can see that Cap is a little bit shorter. So, they're not perfect scale with Marvel Universe, but pretty close. The detail on these figures are okay. They're not fantastic. The costume, there's actually a Disc Wars animated series that's either has or is going to debut overseas. It's a very anime type show, and again it's based on this game called Disc Wars, which I don't really know much about, but it comes with this piece. This is the game piece, and again I don't really know how the game works, but the piece is basically plastic, and then it's got this kind of disc that pops out. You can pop out. It's got a picture of Captain America with some foreign writing on it, and then on the back I think it says basically the logo, but again I'm not 100% sure because I can't read the writing. But basically that is the game piece. He also comes with his shield, which is a very flexible rubber material. It's just got a little peg on the back that he sticks in either hand, so you can hold it in either hand. The shield does not fit on his back or anything, though. And then it's got these little grooves on the shield. I don't really know why. At first I thought maybe the shield was compatible with the game piece, but it really doesn't seem to. I mean, you could kind of fit it in if you wanted to squeeze it, but it doesn't really seem like it's made for that. Plus the grooves itself really have nothing, they don't fit. The game piece doesn't fit in the groove, so I don't know why it has these little side grooves on the side of the shield. But the shield itself looks pretty good, and like I said, it fits in both hands, so that's nice. Like I said, it would be nice if they made it so that he could hold it on his back, but they didn't, because there's no kind of holes on his back. Now, one thing that's odd is he does have a hole in his head. I don't know why. Again, if maybe related to the game somehow, I don't know. But he does have that hole in the top of his head. So I guess technically if you wanted to have him hold the shield on the top of his head, he could do that for some strange reason. But the figure itself is there's not a lot of washes or anything. It's basically just blues with the red. The uniform that he's wearing seems to be loosely based on like his Avengers movie costume. So here he is next to Hasbro's Avengers movie figure, and you can see they're roughly about the same height. Again, based on the design, it's not the true striping on his midsection like you typically see. It's more red with some small white stripes. He does have the star in the middle of his chest. The A for this design is kind of a funky A. It's not his traditional type A that you normally see. He does have the wings painted on the side of the helmet. Again, not a whole lot of detail. He's got some holsters, gun holsters, sculpted on the side, but not a lot of detail on those. So articulation on this figure is not horrible. It's pretty basic for the most part. Main thing that it's missing is it doesn't have any ankle articulation, so it makes it very hard to keep the figure standing, unfortunately, especially if you're trying to get him in any kind of cool poses. The head's on a ball joint, just pops off, so he can look left and right. Has a little bit of down movement, but not a whole lot, and no up, you can't look back very much. Hinges at the shoulder, so he's got good rotation, can get his arm out and got good rotation there. No bicep swivel. He does have the ball joints at the elbow, so he's got rotation there at the elbow, and he can bend the elbow pretty good. No wrist articulation, unfortunately. So basically you just got that midsection elbow rotation there. Midsection looks like it's attached with some kind of ball joint. Look down a little bit, look back, got rotation there at the midsection. No waist rotation. Legs are just attached with ball joints. So you can get him to do the splits pretty good, but if you do it too much, then they have a tendency to fall off the ball joints. But he's got pretty good rotation there. No thigh swivel at all. Knees are a single hinged knee, but he's got good bending at the knee. And then, as I mentioned, he has no ankle articulation, which is the most disappointing part of the articulation on this figure. And then he has no peg holes either. So that's my review. Overall, there's nothing particularly special about these figures. I wouldn't recommend trying to use these to replace your Marvel Universe figures in any way. These are imported figures, so if you were to buy them, they're going to cost a fair amount. I think you can order them online for around $30 each. So, if you're looking for something kind of unique and different, then I think these make kind of cool figures to have. But again, especially based on the higher price that you have to pay for the import toy, I can't really say that, it's necessarily worth the price. Not bad figures at all, and if you, like I say, if you can pick them up cheap, then it would be a nice addition to your collection. But otherwise, it might be something that you just pass on. But as I said, you can order these online at specialty shops like Big Bad Toy Store, and I think they go for about $30. So that's my review. I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, I'll catch you later.